share with you guys about my weight control journey. I think it started about 10 years ago. I was weighing about 175 pounds. At the time, I felt like I was a little bit overweight and very unhealthy. The reason I started trying to control my weight seriously is because I went to see the doctor and I did a blood check. My numbers looked really bad, like high cholesterol, high LDL, high. Basically, all the numbers looked really bad. Then I started my weight control journey. I tried to lose weight. Initially, I tried to lose weight by just not eating, basically starving myself. And I was able to lose some weight. But the problem with that approach is that I was able to lose weight initially, but sooner or later, I would gain back all the weight again. The reason that's happening is because I lost weight because I was starving myself, and it's not a pleasant thing to do. So after losing weight, then I feel really horrible because I wasn't satisfied. I always feel like I was hungry and craving for food. Then very quickly after I lost my weight, then I would gain back my weight again. Then I did this for a couple of years, and then I started trying to control my weight again, and I started implementing intermittent fasting. Initially, I was obviously, like most people that's starting to conduct the intermittent fasting, you go gradually, right? First, you start with, 18:6, 16:8. For example, like for 16 hours you don't eat, you only eat within the 8-hour window. Actually, the first time I got into intermittent fasting, first, of course, I got the idea of intermittent fasting. And then this one time I was traveling in Florida, I was looking at properties. And, because I only have a short window where I have to get done what needs to be done, and I got to return to Los Angeles. Then I didn't eat. So I was driving, I was looking at the properties. For 3 days, I think I ate maybe 2 or 3 meals, basically 1 meal a day. And the other times I was just, I bought some apples from the grocery store, and I was just eating apple. And surprisingly enough, I wasn't feeling hungry. Not only I wasn't feeling hungry, I was actually feeling really energized. Because as they say, when you conduct intermittent fasting, after you do it for long enough time, your body starts the atrophy process, meaning inside your body, it starts to clean all the garbage inside your body, and the waste, the dead cells in your body start to be eaten by other healthy cells inside your body. Let me see who's online. B, where are you walking to? Bro, where are you walking to? Okay, thanks. I'm just walking in the park. Just I thought about sharing with the audience about my weight control journey, the progression. Okay, thanks for the like. So I graduated. So I started, as I was mentioning, I started doing the intermittent fasting. Initially, I started doing it when I was in Florida traveling, and after that, I started intermittent the weight control, the intermittent fasting process. I started with initially the 16A, which is the 16 hours do not eat and the only eating within the 8-hour window. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure, which meal I should skip. So initially, I started skipping the breakfast. I did that for a while, and I had pretty good results. And I was initially, when at my highest weight, I was about 175 pounds. And after I implemented this intermittent fasting, I got down to 135. So I pretty much lost 40 pounds, almost 40 pounds. Um, Actually, before I did the intermittent fasting, I forgot there's another method I tried. Before I started intermittent fasting, I actually also tried the keto diet. Um, I did the keto diet for a while. Basically, I was eating the fat and eating more protein, more meat, and basically just eliminating carbohydrate, completely, pretty much. But then I did the keto diet for a while. But the problem with the keto diet is that after I did my blood check, my cholesterol went to the roof. Uh, so so that's one thing about, I don't know about other people, but for me, to conduct the keto diet for me was the problem was the high cholesterol. Uh, then I stopped doing that, and I switched to after I did the keto diet. Then I switched to the intermittent fasting, and then I started trying different methods of intermittent intermittent fasting. In the first place, I started with the 16-8, which is 16 hours do not eat and 8-hour eat. So basically, for example, I would just skip the breakfast. So for example, if my first meal was 12 o'clock, and then my second meal would be 8 hour 8 p.m. 8 p.m. right. Then after I did that for a while, then I skipped to 16-8, 18-6, meaning that I would not eat for a 18-hour period, and I would only eat within a 6-hour period. For example, I would start eating my first meal at 2, and then I would eat my second meal at 8, at 8, right? So that would be the feeding window would be 6 hours, right? So I did that for a while, and I was losing weight, and but the problem is, then later on I graduated to only eating 1 meal a day, and I was losing weight. I mean, it's really showing. And as I mentioned to you initially, I was weighing 175 pounds, and I got down to 135 pounds. And by then I was looking really frail. I mean, I was healthy, but I was looking really skinny, and it started making me looking old because I lost all the collagen on my face. Then because I wasn't eating enough, although I lost weight, but my energy was low too, and also the sex drive is low as well. Because as most medical professional or most people know, the cholesterol is actually the substance that makes the sex hormone. So I was having a problem with a very low sex drive, and so I did that for a while, and I did lose weight, but I had really low energy. And then I started studying, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine. What I found out about in traditional medicine is that your body organ, they have a clock that they're running by, right? And it happens to be for the stomach. The clock for the stomach is actually 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So for that 2-hour window. Then that means, so if the stomach, clock for the stomach is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., that means it's actually ideal for you to eat between that time frame, which is 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., because that's when your stomach has the best performance. It's the best time it's gonna absorb the most nutrient. It's gonna have if you eat during that time period, it's gonna be best for your body, for your stomach to absorb the nutrient, right? Then I switched to not eating dinner. So then I started eating breakfast and then lunch. So of course, my breakfast would start, somewhere between 7 to 9 a.m. And because I was trying to eat just 2 meals a day, so my lunch and dinner would be combined. So I usually would be eating around 3 o'clock. So I did that for a while, but then inevitably, at nighttime, you always feel hungry. And also, as I mentioned to you earlier, since I started studying school, sometimes I would need to, study at night. And, at nighttime, if you didn't eat and if you're gonna study, you're not gonna have enough juice to study, right? Then now, I'm still on this weight control journey, but now I made a slight change. So what I'm doing now is I would be eating one full meal a day. So it's usually for lunch, right? Maybe somewhere between 2 to 3 p.m. So a full meal, what I mean by a full meal, it's would have, a portion of protein and a portion of vegetables and fruits and a portion of carbohydrates, right? Pretty much equal portion for the content that I'm eating. And for the breakfast and dinner, I would also eat, but I would not eat a full meal. So for the breakfast and dinner, I usually just make some type of soup. And inside the soup, I'm not gonna include, any carbohydrate, and I'm not gonna include any protein. So usually I would just, boil the water first, and I put the hot water into the pot, and then I would chop up some vegetables. Sometimes it could be mushroom, sometimes it could be, Chinese yam, it could be tomato. So I would just chop up some vegetables. I mean, I do have some protein, which is an egg. So nowadays, for breakfast and dinner, I would just make a soup. Very simple, whatever vegetables I have, I just chop it up along with some green onion and the ginger, and I would add an egg, and I would also add some oil, usually olive oil. So the reason I add oil into the soup is that for your body to properly digest the food, if you only eat vegetables without any oil, I think the body is hard. It would be hard for the bladder needs to detect oil to secrete oil to help your body to digest the nutrient better. So I started eating the soup for breakfast and dinner, and in the soup I would put those ingredients, and also some I would put in some drops of oil, like usually I use olive oil. And another ingredient I would put into the soup is the fermented beans, fermented bean sauce. So apparently, from what I've been studying, that's also good for your gut too, because the fermented bean have some type of culture, some type of ingredient that's good for your stomach. So that's my current diet. I may make some changes in the future, but that's what's working for me now. And one way I keep my diet is in the morning. Every morning, I weigh myself. I put a scale by my bed. So nowadays, I try to keep my weight under 150 pounds. So usually I'm fluctuating anywhere between 145 to 150 pounds. So right now I'm about 150 pounds. Looks okay, right? Not too fat, not too skinny, and I also have enough energy. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be changing, making some changes to my diet and my dieting habits. But at least at the present time, I have a full meal, only one full meal during the day, usually between 2 to 3 p.m. And for breakfast and the dinner, I just make some type of soup. And also, along with the soup, sometimes I would, eat some nuts. And sometimes I would eat some yogurt as well. But that's it for breakfast and dinner. just a light meal, just to make sure that I don't feel the anxiety coming from feeling the hunger. Okay, so that's my share about my weight control journey, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And you can leave a comment and click like and follow my channel. Thank you.